What's up, CS3Pns? I got another gameplay commentary for you guys. It's Call of Duty Ghost playing some Blitz, so enjoy the Blitz gameplay as I go ahead and talk to you guys about stuff that has happened, early on last week, early into the weekend. So if you guys have heard, North Carolina got kind of hit with a bad ice storm. Not all of North Carolina, just a few parts of North Carolina got hit with some wintry mix, ice stormish kind of weather. Now, unfortunately, I was in that area that got hit with that wintry mix, icy sort of weather. I got hit with it. We had roughly maybe about an inch of ice, I would say. I didn't go outside to look because one, really cold, two, ice, and three, I just didn't want to. So during the ice storm, it was about later at night. It started sleeting. I was like, okay, the wintry mix is coming in. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe the roads will probably be a little bad in the morning, but as the day progresses, the sun will come out. It'll all melt away. Nothing to worry about. I woke up about 8 o'clock. I looked outside, and may you know it now, everything was just covered. It was just covered in ice. I mean, everything. It was like a wintry mix had fallen into the earth, and everything was destroyed by ice. But due to this ice storm, we had an ice storm a few years ago, back in I think the early 2000s. I can't remember exactly the year. I was really young, so I mean I was not that young, but I was still young. I just can't remember the year. We had an ice storm, knocked us out without power for a couple days. It was really cold. It sucked really bad. All this and that, But anyway, this ice storm happened to be a little bit worse. It did knock us out of power. It did knock out our internet, and it knocked down our trees. So trees were falling everywhere. There were power lines on the ground. Trees were being derooted, mostly pine trees. Mostly the pine trees were falling. So if you have pine trees, beware that if you have an ice storm, your pine trees will probably be first to go. But, tree limbs were snapping. I looked outside my window. I heard crackling from where the ice was on the trees. I heard crackling. I was like, okay, maybe the ice is just breaking off because the sun was out a little bit. I looked out my window. Boom! Crickle, crackle, pop, all this kind of crap. Oh, this big limb just crushes down onto my front yard. I'm like, oh my god. This limb just cracked in front of my window, and I watched it happen. And luckily, a lot of our trees aren't, near our house. So thankfully, nothing would have been damaged at our house. Maybe a little bit if, maybe a tree limb had flung back and hit our window or hit the house. But, no tree could have fallen on the house easily, because we don't have trees all around our house. I mean, we have a pretty wide open yard, and the trees are a pretty safe distance away from if they fell. No, it wouldn't hit the house. But we have a holly tree. The holly tree stood maybe 7 or 8 foot. Oh, it's between 7 to 10 foot, roughly in there. One of those measurements, I don't know where it would be, but roughly in there. But it stood that. It probably went down to 6 feet. Or maybe 6, maybe 7, maybe 6.5, between 6.5 and 7.5. It's between there. So the ice storm just pretty much, all the ice was so heavy, it just brought it down. And when I looked outside, the holly tree, where the top of it had just snapped in half. Pretty much the holly tree was snapped in half. We don't have to worry about cutting it now. We were going to cut the holly tree in half anyway, but now we don't have to worry about it. It just snapped, so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, tree limbs are crashing. Trees are getting derooted. I have videos, guys. If you guys are looking on the screen, I did show you guys clips, and I had pictures of what happened. Hopefully the pictures are good enough quality to where you guys can see them, and also the video. But you guys can see that all the trees were on the road. Everything everyone had to drive really carefully. And this was after the fact, guys. This was after ice has started melting a couple days later. Now, that being said, I didn't drive in it. I wasn't about to drive in it. Thankfully, we had a generator. It knocked out our power due to the fact, trees landing on power lines. We have a power line right up the road. The power line was pretty much on the ground. So, a tree had hit it, limbs had hit it, knocked the power line to the ground. And so, hey, we got that. We have no power. Luckily, we have a generator that can run all the basic necessities in our house, such as lights, refrigerator, water. One of the air conditionings in the backyard, so we can have a little heat, as well as the propane tank gas that's running our fireplace. But that's what we had. We had a generator. early in the morning, about 8, 9 o'clock, we had internet. I was trying to upload a video. I went to go upload Dragon Ball Z episode, I think 8 or 8.5, and just as I hit upload, it started going. Just as that was going, we lost internet. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm like sitting here kind of freaking out because I've been uploading videos every day. Every day I upload at least 1 or 2 videos a day. Granted, I did upload like 10 when Grand Theft Auto patch came out. But that being said, I was uploading at least 1 or 2 videos a day just for you guys to watch and have fun with and enjoy watching. Which I love uploading videos for you guys. I love providing the entertainment for you guys. Hence the reason I'm doing this video. So I was trying to get that uploaded. I was trying everything to get the internet running. I was like, oh my god, let me reset the router, let me reset the modem. Oh, this, that. I even tried going into, I even tried to get out of this house and try and find 4G so I could upload a video using 4G somewhere using my phone. But that wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to leave due to the fact that my car was covered in ice. I couldn't even open my car door. But like I said, luckily we had a generator. We had the house, we had heat. Well, some heat. It was still pretty cold. It was cold at night. One of the coldest nights ever. So this one doesn't even compare to the previous ice storm we had in the early 2000s. This one was way worse. Just the fact that this one just tore down trees and everything like that. Well, it didn't really, not tore down trees. It weighed down the trees so much that they fell underneath their own weight. That's pretty much what happened. And just that being said, the limbs and the trees falling down just caused, them to fall into power lines and just knocked out all the power. A lot of major businesses were out of power, such as like Biscuitville, Walmart, Walgreens, all that kind of stuff. No one had power here for at least a couple days. And, where I live, it's, in North Carolina, we don't get that kind of weather often. So that was really rare to have. But anyway, guys, that's what happened over the past few days. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Blitz gameplay from Call of Duty Ghosts. I'll see you guys later, CS3Pians. I am out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day. Peace.
You are in HL? Huh?
Yeah.